eyes on him. We're still talking about him. We're talking about one of the largest compromises of information in the U.S. history. So people when they're in jail, they're in a supermax. People get beat up. People die in those sort of things. So
but I don't think you can equate all whistleblowers. I think that's such a blanket statement. Unfortunately, you have to look at each one individually. What was their intent?
Exactly.
And what was his intent, Tori?
Well, his intent was to give some information on the DNC and other things. But the main thing is he's not in trouble for publishing it. Remember, that's not why he's in trouble. He's in trouble for hacking, and that is a really big issue that he can go to jail for.
But do you need to be in a supermax for that?
Well,
for a non-violent crime?
It's Julian Assange. Yeah, you're very high publicity. I would put him in. I would.
Wow. Chime in, DBL. You guys are already writing in. I can't wait for our break. So make sure you tune into our break on Facebook and YouTube, Periscope, all of the above. DBL's Live will bring you breaking news as soon as it happens. Coming up, acapella never sounded so good. The band Pentatonics makes time to chat with DBL in the middle of their first ever world tour. And you, the viewer, are our fifth host. We want your take on this controversial story. A bartender is in trouble after prosecutors say she overserved a man right before he went on a shooting rampage. Should she be charged with a crime? Your comments coming up next.
I am happy to say you won the Sandals Dream Vacation.
DBL Nation, this could be you. This May, Daily Blast Live is giving away another Sandals Luxury Included vacation. Just watch DBL every day for the word of the day. Then go to dailyblastlive.com/sandals to enter. The winner will be announced May 22nd. The next Sandals vacation winner could be you.
Hi guys, Kelly Schubert with the DBL digital team here. What did you think of the Met Gala last night? I want to know what your favorite look was, so write in. It does look like our YouTube is back up and running. Sorry, we've been having some problems for the past week, and now again some problems today, but we are good to go. All right, guys, let's go over to the table and see what's going on over here.
I'm so glued to the
I know, I really want to see.
Hey guys, do you want to talk about the Met Gala looks?
Yes, so apparently our viewers are hate watching it. You guys think it's a bit of a freak show, but the whole idea was camp.
Yeah, so that's the whole idea. Anthony Godin writes in, grown-ups acting like the kids, oh my God, get real. And then writes, are you kidding me, freak show? Naomi wrote, Celine Dion looked amazing. She had a 22-pound headdress, if you didn't see, dangling in gold, which I thought was great. But talk to us about why this is actually important. Fashion is a part of art, and we're representing the Met Gala.
Yeah, so the whole point of last night's event is that it is a fundraiser for the Met Gala, which is an incredible art institute in America, and I think it's something that needs to be protected. It needs to have awareness made of it. The amount of people that will go and visit and pay to go in there now, I think it's a very important thing. And fashion is meant to be fun. Fashion is meant to be an expression of yourself or a theme. It's not like these people go out and dress like this every day. It's a very special event. Like if you guys went to a fancy dress party. So I think we need to remember that.
Yeah, that's a good
fun
point.
element.
And I feel as though if you're one of those people who have a problem with this, and you're a grown-up, don't dress up for Halloween. And if you dress up for sporting events as well, you can't dress up for that and then have something to say about people dressing up for a Met Gala. Like you say, you don't wear this every day. Katy Perry, hopefully, doesn't wear that every day. It's just a reason. This gave them a reason to go over the
Yeah, and we
top.
also have designers who are working, one of them worked 8 months. So you have to remember that, designers are artists. They pour their blood, sweat, and tears into these designs, and this is their moment also to show off their craftsmanship. And I think that alone is something to be celebrated.
Definitely, exactly what Sam just said. So too often we now see, obviously there's a lot of fast fashion, we see a lot of high-end designers that are getting ripped off. They don't get the chance to express their true creativity and avant-garde styles because it doesn't sell. So this is their chance to really express themselves in a special fashion. This is art.
It's hard work, man. One of the dresses took 8 months to make.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's crazy.
Welcome back to DBL. It is time for Fifth Host when we talk about what you're talking about. A Texas bartender has been arrested and served for serving a man the night he shot and killed 8 people. Lindsay Glass is accused of violating a state law by selling alcohol to an intoxicated or insane person. Police say she should have known to stop serving the man because he appeared drunk and armed. Well, get this. It turns out his blood alcohol level was more than 4 times the legal limit after leaving the bar. The man killed his estranged wife and 7 others before dying in a police shootout. The bartender now faces up to a year in prison, a fine of $500, or both. So, DBL Nation, should she be charged with a crime? Brandon, take it away.
All right, Miguel from YouTube says, the fact that a gunman was able to get this drunk and commit these acts is detestable. I hope bartenders around the country never let this happen again. If you're talking about bartenders around the country, what's the usual age for them? They're young, 20, 21, 22 years old. They're looking for tips. How do you know this guy wasn't already drunk before he came into the bar?
Then you're not allowed to serve them. Let me just speak as someone that did bartend for many years. You are trained and you are patrolled by, in Los Angeles, something called ABC. They come in, they patrol you. It is instilled in you as a bartender, as a responsibility to not overserve someone that comes off either already drunk, or if they've already had too many drinks with you, or they can't handle their liquor. You can't not contribute to that situation.
So you think she should be charged then?
She's aware of the law.
A year and a half later. They took a year and a half to charge her.
Listen, Brandon, as the bartender that I was aware of that law. Okay. It was instilled in me, and I would not have contributed to somebody that was already that intoxicated 4 times of the legal limit. Just saying.
Okay.
All right. Well, Kathleen from Facebook says if he drank that much at a bar, he would have drank that much at home. The shooter is responsible. The problem with that is what Sam just said. If there is a law on the books that says you can't do that and you break the law, you are now liable for all of those people. I want to recommend you guys understand that people who are radicalized with Islamic faith, the people who are now making the videos way back in those countries are now being held liable for any shooting deaths that occur once you've been radicalized. So it doesn't just do with the shooter, it has to do with the steps the shooter got there. So I agree with Sam.
Gregory from Facebook says, if the bartender is going to be held responsible, then whomever sold him the gun and the ammunition should be charged too. So I actually agree with this. I think, what came first, the chicken or the egg? There's multiple people involved in this scenario. I think the bartender should have stopped serving him, and I believe whoever sold him the gun and the ammunition should have done background checks. But again, this is something I've mentioned many times. But also, we can't stop people doing these things. Like whether he drank there, it would have been at another bar, or it would have been at home. The situation and the outcome would have been the same.
She should have said, you go home.
Yeah.
I would like to hear what she had to say.
That would be great. Let's get Emily in from Twitter real quick. Emily says the bartender was just doing her job. Listen, I do have a lot of empathy for that bartender, because if you're serving many people, sometimes you can't keep a tab on everybody. Sometimes you are driven by tips, as Brandon said. That is paying your bills. But at the end of the day, you are trained, at least I was, it is instilled in you not to break that law, because you know that could contribute. We're taught to a DUI, and that could lose a life. But in this case, many people died. It's ultimately the shooter's fault, but she broke the law, So I think it'd be interesting really quickly before we move on to find out what her training was like. Because if she wasn't properly trained, then I'm not going to blame her. I'm going to blame the establishment who did not properly train her. Okay. But thank you for writing in, everybody. We love hearing your thoughts. Very polarizing. Coming up on DBL, the hit pop sensation Pentatonix joins us for the first time. Find out why their unique a cappella style is wowing audiences everywhere when we come back.
Our hosts are going head-to-head in Fully Clothed and Afraid. Get in on the action by voting for which team will be the ultimate outdoor survivor at dailyblastlive.com/sweepstakes. And you could walk away with a gift card from Outdoors Geek.
So I'm just writing in some of your favorites that you guys wrote us about. Michael Urie, if you guys didn't see, did half Victor, half Victoria, and he was half woman, half man, and it was amazing. So there's a lot of gender fluidity that we saw that I loved. If you didn't see Billy Porter, he had his eyes painted gold and then carried on by shirtless men on a, I don't know what you call the table.
I don't know what you call it either, but then when he got up, he looked like the Golden Snitch.
It was amazing. Now, he was after a Diana Ross movie in which he had wings. That was his idea, but it was unbelievable. And some people also were writing in saying, Katy Perry wore several outfits too. If you didn't know, afterwards, she changed into a different one. She turned into a hamburger. like a real hamburger.
Trying way too hard.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
She's
What are you
trying
doing?
way too hard.
So she with the lettuce, a lettuce tube dress, and then she gets in an apparatus that's
I hate
a
it.
burger. What are you doing? What are you doing, Katy Perry? Anywho, if
But
you
her
like
makeup
to.
artist killed it, though.
Oh, thank you. That's a good point.
he's
So
great.
let us know if you liked Katy
Chris
Perry.
has to stop hating on this
Lady
girl.
Gaga knocked it out of the park. Someone just wrote in. I did like her change of clothes. I thought that was transformative, but I thought she could have done more.
I agree. I
It's
thought a
Gaga.
little bit more. I seen more at a drag show. So
Yeah.
that's my level. And everyone should think that if you can't see it at a drag show, then it's not camp.
That's very true.
You
Now,
know?
speaking of that, actually, Lena Thwaite, a writer and actor, actually wore a suit, and on the back it said, "Black drag queens invented camp." And a lot of people feel that this was sort of taken and culturally appropriated as to the new fashion, whereas black drag queens have been doing this for years and years. Is that something you've noticed?
I mean, that's all fashion. You guys didn't know that?
Yeah, I
Like-
guess you're right. We owe it all to black drag
That's
queens.
what it is, guys.
Goodbye, everybody.
What you just heard involved no instruments, only 5 voices. That's a cappella band Pentatonics, and they just kicked off their first world tour. I caught up with 3 of the band's 5 members in today's Chatting with the Stars. Scott, Mitch and Kevin, welcome to Daily Blast Live. Pentatonics are about to kick off a world tour, but I'd like to talk to you about your early days. You guys made your mark covering popular songs on YouTube. Is there a song or artist you have not covered yet, but you've got your sights set on?
We haven't really done a Taylor Swift song. We tried.
We could do the new one.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That'd be really, really fun.
And you guys have kicked off your world tour, yet there are still some critics who still say you guys are just a cover band. So how do you respond to that kind of criticism?
I don't think it really bothers us. At the end of the day, like, we take songs that we love and do them in a way that only we could do them, which is a very special, I think, ability that we've kind of created over the past few years. And it's been really, really fun getting into original music. It's a journey, and we're just so thankful that we get to have time to continuously grow.
I want to play a rapid fire question game with you all. I've decided that I'm calling it the ACCA Answers with Pentatonics. Are you ready?
Let's go.
First one, who in the band is always late to rehearsal?
Oh, Kirsty. I'm always like 5 minutes late too.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah,
Who is the mum of the group?
Kevin, I think.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you're the most organized. and keep
Okay,
things
well,
moving.
thank you. I appreciate that.
Who calls their mum the most?
Probably
you do. I call my mom every day.
That's cute. Good son award. Good son award. Who's always taking selfies of themselves?
Probably us.
Or Kirsty.
Oh, Kirsty does take a lot
yeah.
too.
Kirsty takes a lot of
Yeah.
selfies.
Who's always snacking?
Snacking? I feel like you or me.
Not me.
But Scott, probably Scott.
And the last one, now this is as a group, what's your favourite song to perform?
I think Bohemian Rhapsody.
Is this story?
All right, so okay, since that's your favourite, do you mind giving me a little snippet?
Oh my god.
my God.
It's hard enough with 5
Yeah,
people.
we only have 3 people with us right
It
now.
would sound like nothing if the 3 of us did it.
I would offer my services, but believe me, your ears would be damaged for life. It'd be awful.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much, Scott, Kevin, and Mitch, 3 of the 5 members of Pentatonics, who are on a world tour right now. Check these guys out. If they're in a city near you, you will not regret it. Thanks, guys. You've been awesome.
Thank you. You too.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the DBL Stream Team, where we talk the latest shows that we're watching and shows coming up that we're excited to watch. This week we've been watching Beyoncé Homecoming, which is a documentary and live performance of her Coachella performance in 2018. And Raquel, what a movie. I mean, let me tell you, it was so good. The performances were dynamic. She was fun, but what a journey she had.
Like, you get to see why it became Baychella. And I just want to warn people, it's 2 hours long, so make sure you take the time, or either prepare to just watch 1 hour and then watch 1 hour later, because like you need to see the thing in its entirety. Like, I don't want you to go halfway through and be like, oh crap, I ran out of time. Like, you need to see the journey she takes to make this the performance that it becomes.
For real, because it just opens up bigger and bigger and bigger as the performance goes. And man, she was like mixing her songs. Like, she had the great representation of the HBCUs. Like, I love that piece of it as well.
Yes, and this was kind of like her college too. It was like she didn't get to go to college, this was her college experience. You really get to see that with her outfits and all the outfits they wore. So they did it between 2 shows, the first Coachella show and the second one. So in it, you'll see outfit changes, which I didn't know at first, because all of a sudden, like, they're all in yellow and then they're all in pink.
Yeah, that threw me off a little bit.
But that's why. It's because one performance was done the first week and then the second.
Okay, so now that makes a little more sense, because I was thrown off by that. I was like, wait, she was just in yellow, it transitioned to pink, then back to yellow. What's going on here? But I mean, aside from that, everything was pretty good. I would say I would have loved a little bit more of the documentary side of it.
Yeah, to see like the behind the scenes, because she just had twins. When she started, like, you can see her, she was like ready to lose the baby weight. She took it a little too far. Like, she admits it herself, but whenever you see Beyonce and you're like, she's flawless, it's because she puts everything she has into it.
Yeah, and she was saying no meat, no dairy, no carbs, no bread,
sugar, no alcohol.
No alcohol. What can you have?
She pretty much ate an apple. That was like her diet for 8 months.
Pieces of tofu and an apple as well. But guys, a couple shows coming up. We got Riverdale coming up on Netflix this month as well. There's Arrow's getting a new season. A lot of new Arrowverse shows. Supergirl's also getting another season as well. So guys, be sure to check it out, and we'll see you next time on the DBL Stream Team.
Today's watch and win word is vacation.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Tori.
Well, we are interestingly tied between people liking the Met Gala and people not liking the Met Gala. So we have Anthony Godin. Met Gala is grown-ups acting like kids. OMG, get real. Are you kidding me? This is a freak show.
So is Halloween.
Well, Kevin Ang wrote, I loved the camp theme from the Met Gala. It was so outrageous and fun. So 2 different DBL Nation viewers with 2 very different opinions, which is great.
As a fashion expert, what would you respond to the people that don't get it?
I think you need to remember the context of the event. It's a fundraiser for an art gallery. These are art pieces. This isn't a regular red carpet.
There you go. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.